Number 1. Pets.
I stopped by a pet store yesterday. To my surprise, they were selling big beetles.
They're very popular with children now. Hamsters are also popular.
I had a hamster when I was a boy. One day it got out of its cage. I didn't find it for a week.
Did you have any other pets?
Oh, yes, I had a guinea pig too. And I liked frogs, but my mother wouldn't let me bring them in the house. How about you?
I had a cat. One time it had 6 kittens. I like cats more than any other animal.
Do you have any pets now?
Not really, but some birds made a nest outside my door. It's almost the same as having pets, but they go away every winter.
Number 2. I don't like insects.
Help! Hurry! Come in here!
What's wrong?
There's a big brown and gray spider on the floor. I'm afraid to move.
Where is it?
Over there, under the chair. Quick, step on it.
No, I'll just take it out of the room.
Take it outside and put it on the ground.
Okay, the danger's over. You're safe now.
Oh, I don't like insects.
Spiders aren't insects. Insects have 6 legs and wings.
Well, I don't like either of them.
But some insects are beautiful. Butterflies and dragonflies, for example.
Well, most insects aren't beautiful.
Yes, but they're necessary. Bees help flowers to grow. Without bees, you wouldn't have your irises, tulips, or geraniums.
I don't mind bees, but I'm afraid of wasps, and I don't like ants.
I think ants are interesting. They live in communities just like people.
I don't like creatures that surprise me. I saw a mouse once. It was so shocking, I almost died of fear.
How do you feel about worms?
Oh, don't talk about worms.
Number 3. Future dreams.
Say, Joey, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm interested in becoming a pilot or a sailor because I love flying and sailing. What about you, Sarah?
I'd like to be a policewoman because I want to stop people from doing bad things, and I want to save people who are in danger.
But can you do that? Don't you feel some fear?
No, I don't. I believe anyone can do anything if they really want to. I'm not afraid at all.
Cool. While you are fighting crime, I will be traveling all over the world.
I've got a good idea. If both of our dreams come true, we can get together again and give each other a big kiss. What do you think of this?
Why not? That will give us a good reason to do our best.
Number 4. What kind of music do you like?
What's that song you're singing? I like it.
I can't remember its name. I heard it on the radio yesterday.
Do you know the singer?
I forget his name too. He was one of the people who gave a concert to help children in Africa. I think he plays the piano.
Oh, I know who you mean, but I can't remember his name either.
By the way, what kind of music do you like?
I think rock music is the best in the world. How about you?
In the morning, I like to listen to classical music. I love the sound of violins. At night, I often listen to punk music.
Punk music?
Yeah, it's great dance music.
By the way, do you play any instruments?
Yes, I play all of the noisy instruments.
What do you mean?
Drums, tambourine, and xylophone. How about you?
I played the trumpet when I was in high school. In college, I took up the electric guitar.
Oh, we'll have to get together and play music sometime.
That should be interesting.
Number 5. The dream of being a singer.
When I was a child, I always wanted to be a singer. But when I became an adult, I had to face reality. I needed a job, so I became a hairdresser instead. Now, I work for a movie studio and I cut and style the hair of movie stars. I still sing every Friday night at a karaoke bar near my house. And maybe someday in the future, I will get a chance to sing professionally in front of a big crowd. We can't always reach the goals we set for ourselves when we are young, but we should never give up trying.
Number 6. A birthday card.
For your birthday, I wanted to get you something important, something interesting, something alive. I thought and thought about it. A bunch of flowers? Not interesting. A couple of hours in a hot air balloon? Impossible, too high. A pair of gold earrings? Do you know how much gold is these days? Suddenly, I had a thought. Look inside. Happy birthday! Here's your very own pet hedgehog. Hedge not included. Sorry, there's no wrapping paper. The hedgehog was hungry.
Number 7. Letter. Dear Santa.
Dear Santa, how are you? I want you to know I've been a good boy this year, so I'm writing to you about my wishes for Christmas. First of all, I'd like to ask for a computer game because all my friends have got one. Second, my little sister wants a teddy bear. Third, for my parents, I want you to get a cardigan sweater for my mom and a bathrobe for my dad. Finally, most important of all, I wish for peace for all the people in the world, and I want there to be no more war. I hope to see you in December. Love, Jimmy.
Number 8. A day in the life of my mother.
My mother gets up in the morning at 7 o'clock. Then she eats breakfast and reads the newspaper until 8:30. She leaves home for the office about 8:45 and usually works from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. She takes a break at noon and eats lunch in the company cafeteria. Sometimes she goes to a restaurant with her friends. After work, she often goes to the health club and stays there for an hour or so. And usually she gets back home around 7 o'clock. Then she fixes dinner and usually starts eating with us by 7:30. After she takes a bath, she sometimes drinks a glass of wine and talks with my father. She goes to bed around 10 o'clock during the week, but on weekends she stays up late.
Number 9. My mother's arts and crafts drawer.
My mother is very creative. This is her special drawer for her arts and crafts. In the drawer, she has knitting needles and some yarn. Right now, she is making a wool sweater. She also has some thread, needles, pins, and zippers because she does a lot of sewing too. There's also wire in the drawer. She uses the wire to hang her pictures in frames on the walls. Finally, you see lots of cotton balls and string in the drawer. Believe it or not, each year she uses them to make our Christmas decorations for our house. Wait until you see the cute little snowmen she makes with them.
Number 10. My family.
When did you come back from your hometown?
Last week, I spent all the time visiting my family. We had a good time with each other and took a lot of pictures.
Really? Could you show me the pictures?
Sure. This is my grandfather and grandmother. And you know my 2 brothers.
I'm not sure. Which one is your big brother?
He's the one wearing glasses and standing next to the tall girl. And this is my little brother, sitting in front of my cousin.
Wow, your cousin looks like a famous actress. How old is she?
Oh, she's 18. She just finished high school last year.
Whose baby is that?
That's Tom, the second son of my aunt and uncle. He was born last summer and is going to be 1 year old next month. Their first son, Michael, is sitting between my uncle and me.
You have such a nice family. Everyone looks very happy.
Number 11. My granddaughter only eats fruit now.
I'm worried about my granddaughter. The day before yesterday, she visited me, and she had tears in her eyes when she talked about her weight. In fact, she has even been counting her calories. But after many months of dieting, she still weighs too much. I really don't think she is eating well. She told me that now she is on a fruit diet. At lunch, she would only eat a pear and a plum. So later in the afternoon, when we went to the grocery store, I bought her a big bag of tangerines and some bananas. I told her they were hers to take home. But I still think she should eat other healthy foods too, and not just fruit.
Number 12. A happy aunt, a happy niece.
My niece Mary has been living with me for a month now. I have a big garden in my house, but I can't take care of it because I recently broke a bone in my foot when I fell down from a ladder. Every weekend, you can find Mary in my garden. She will have on a hat and gloves. Also, she will have either a garden fork or a watering can in her hand. I'm so happy to have Mary living with me, and my garden is becoming more beautiful all the time. I have been in my aunt's house since last month. Aunt Harriet, whom I enjoy living with, has been a good person all her life. Since her husband and daughter passed away long ago, she leads a quiet life. She stays home all day. Now her main interest is looking down at her garden from the balcony. I love making the garden beautiful for her, and every week we have tea together at the table in her garden. I'm so happy to be living here with her.
Number 13. Mom's spaghetti.
Do you want something to eat?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm really hungry.
My mom made spaghetti last night for dinner. She left some for us in the fridge.
Really? I love your mom's spaghetti. It's so delicious.
Okay, why don't we go down to the kitchen and have some?
All right, let's go.
Number 14. My wife is the best cook.
I think my wife, Susan, is the best cook on earth. She has a job as a waitress at a French restaurant from morning to evening every day except Saturdays and Sundays. On the weekends, she tries to make all sorts of French food from ideas she learned at the restaurant. Every time, she prepares a special supper for us, starting with soup and a salad. You should eat her corn or pea soup. You would love it. Then she brings out a tray of French cheeses. After that, she serves the main dish. My favorite is her rolled cabbage dish. It's so delicious. Then we have dessert and espresso coffee. What a meal! However, I think I like her desserts the best of all. She makes many kinds of delicious desserts, including banana cake, chocolate cookies, and lemon pie. Sometimes she tries making donuts, but they're often not very good. Yet most of the desserts she makes are so great that nothing else in the world can be better.
Number 15. How to make an apple tart.
Do you know how to make an apple tart? First, you cut an apple into small pieces and mix them with 2 spoonfuls of sugar in a pan. Put the pan on the stove to melt the syrup. While you are cooking the apple, make the dough. Next, you mix butter, sugar, and an egg in a mixing bowl until it becomes creamy. Then add some flour in the bowl and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. After that, put it on a cutting board and make it flat using a rolling pin. Finally, wrap the cooked apple into the dough and put it in the oven for about 40 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius.
Number 16. How to make a yogurt milkshake.
It is easy to make a yogurt milkshake when you follow these steps. First, prepare 1 cup of yogurt, 2 cups of milk, and 1 teaspoon of honey. Next, cut up any fresh fruit that you like. For example, a melon, a peach, some pineapple, or some raspberries. Pour the yogurt, milk, and honey into a mixer and add the fruit. Then put the lid on the mixer and shake it until the mixture becomes juicy. Finally, pour the milkshake into a tall glass. Don't fill up the glass completely. If you have a scoop of ice cream, add it to the top of the milkshake. You'll see that everybody will love this special drink.
Number 17. My birthday party.
Come on in.
Hi, Amy. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Bill. Why don't you sit down over here? Would you like to have something to drink? I've got wine, fruit juice, orange juice, and ice water.
I'll have a glass of water, please.
Okay, here it is. Are you hungry? I made some ham and cheese sandwiches with wheat bread and some sushi. Help yourself.
Sushi? That's unusual.
Yes, do you know sushi? It's one of the famous Japanese dishes. I made this sushi from rice and seaweed.
How healthy. Oh, I forgot. You are on a diet, right?
Yes, I should be, but I keep eating sweets. I shouldn't have any sweets, especially candy.
30 minutes later. Someone else is here.
Oh, it must be Charlie.
I'm sorry I'm late. The traffic was heavy.
That's okay. There's a coat hanger in the closet if you need one.
Thanks. Here's some apricot cake. You like it, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
I parked my car next to the gate, just in front of the fence. Is that all right?
No problem.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. This is from me.
Oh, thank you. The wrapping paper and ribbon are so nice. Wow, a beautiful necklace and earrings. They're so beautiful.
Why don't you try them on now?
Okay. Oh, they're so beautiful. Thank you very much.
Please open mine now.
What a nice purse. My purse is worn out and I needed a new one.
Good. I'm glad you like it. Now let's eat the cake I brought. I'll light the candles and then you can blow them out.
Okay. I guess I'll give up my diet for today.
Number 18. Repairs for our house.
Every 5 years, we do some major repairs for our house. So this week, we've asked a builder to come and make up a plan to design a new area downstairs. We want him to take the old window down in the family room and put a new one up, made out of large glass blocks. We also want him to build a patio outside. Unfortunately, he'll have to dig up part of our garden to do it. Next week, the painter will come to repaint all the walls and the ceiling. Then in a month, he'll come back again and paint the roof. Later, we will ask a cleaning person to come and clean the kitchen, the bath, and the floor. We also may need to have a plumber come because sometimes we have a problem with the hot water. This year, we'll also buy new curtains, have all the rugs cleaned, and repair the chimney as well. By this summer, our house will be so beautiful, and it will be just in time for our summer guests. But it's important for us to keep to our schedule for the repairs and the cleaning. In this way, we can make the most of our house by keeping everything in the best shape.
Number 19. Requests.
1. Show me how. Excuse me, could you lend me a hand? I'm having trouble using this copy card.
Sure. First, be sure to turn on the copy machine. Then, put the card in all the way. Next, choose the size of the paper and the number of copies you want. Finally, push the Start button.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
2. Get some toys. Could you help me? I'm busy cooking now.
Sure. What do you need?
Could you go into Johnny's room and pick out some toys for him to play with?
Okay, I'll go right away. How about these? I brought his alphabet blocks, a jigsaw puzzle, a picture book, and his favorite robot.
That's great. Please take them into him and maybe he'll stop crying. 3. Clean the kitchen. Could you clean up the kitchen while I'm gone? I have to take Mom to the dentist.
Sure. Do you have any sponges? I'll also need a broom, some scrub brushes, and a bucket.
No problem. You can find them on the bench inside the entrance of the garage.
Okay, I'll go and get them.
Thanks, honey. Wow, everything is so clean. You did a good job. I couldn't have done it without your help.
No problem. By the way, we are out of cleanser. You need to buy some.
Okay, I will. Say, why don't I cook you something special for dinner tonight?
4. Bring me breakfast.
Good evening, room service.
Yes, this is room 306. I'd like to order some breakfast for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. What would you like?
Please bring me toast and jam, as well as a pot of hot English tea.
Anything else, sir?
No, that's all.
What time shall we bring it to your room?
How about 7 o'clock?
Yes, sir. We'll see you then.
Number 20. Deciding what to wear.
Is Kathy ready?
No, she's getting dressed now.
Kathy, are you dressed yet?
No, not yet. I can't decide what to wear.
Why don't you put on your jeans and that belt with the pretty buckle?
Okay, what shirt should I wear?
What about the one I borrowed from you over the holidays?
You mean the purple one with the beads sewn on the neck?
Yeah, that one looks really good on you. Say, and don't forget to wear those nice leather boots of yours.
Number 21. Looking for a new house.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a house.
How many rooms do you need?
I'd like a 4-bedroom house with a garage. I also want a yard so my children can play there.
I see. Here's the plan of a great house for sale now. It has 4 bedrooms upstairs with a dining room and a big living room on the first floor. It also has 2 bathrooms and a shower.
What is the back of the house like?
There is a beautiful yard. It's big enough for the kids, and it has a nice flower garden, too. Would you like to take a look at it?
Yes, I'd love to see it. Can I come back with my husband next Sunday?
Sure. Shall we meet here about 10?
Okay, see you then. Thank you for helping me.
Not at all. Have a nice day.
Number 22. A new apartment.
Phew, I'm out of breath.
Sorry to make you walk up to the 5th floor. The elevator is broken.
That's okay. Wow, nice apartment. This will be a great place to have a party.
Yeah, and it's just 2 blocks from my office.
That's good. Is that a park down there?
Yes, it even has a zoo and a small amusement park in it.
And is that a bank on the other side of the street?
Yes, it's in front of the police station.
That's good. Nobody will try to break into the bank.
Well, shall we start?
Sure. What's first?
Let's move the bed. I want to turn it the other way around.
Okay. Where do you want to put this rug?
Let's put it at the foot of the bed.
What's that noise? Is it a fire engine or a police car?
It's probably an ambulance. There's a hospital at the bottom of the hill.
I hope there wasn't a car accident. Now, what's that?
I think it's a helicopter. I live near the airport, too.
Number 23. Shopping at the flea market.
Have you been to the big flea market at the community center? It's held every year.
Really? I didn't know that. What can we get at the market?
If we go down soon, we might be able to collect a lot of treasures. There are many unusual one-of-a-kind items.
Sounds interesting. When is it this year?
It's next Sunday, starting at noon.
Then let's meet at your house at 11:30 on Sunday and go over together.
Okay. What did you get?
I got a silver bracelet, some lace tablecloths, bed sheets, dish towels, cloth napkins, and lots of baskets.
Wow, you got a lot.
How about you?
Well, I got just a few things, but some really special ones. An oak dresser, a kitchen cupboard, and an antique vase. Also, I am thinking of getting that Chinese water jug over there.
Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Number 24. Part 1. A big sale at ABC Discount Store.
Have you been to that big ABC discount store up on West Avenue?
Uh-huh. Why?
Well, they're having a big going out of business sale. Here's an ad about it. It sounds like there will be some great savings. Some departments have 10 to 20% discounts. Others have over 50% discounts.
Really, we might just be in luck. We may not see these kinds of prices ever again. And I have a lot of shopping I need to do.
Me too. I would like to go up there and take a look for myself. How about you?
Yes, I would too. I'll bring lots of money. I think we'll be able to fill our shopping carts up with lots of bargains.
When do you want to go?
How about the day after tomorrow?
Sure. And then if we still need more, we can go back the following day.
Number 24. Part 2. A big sale at ABC Discount Store. Advertisement.
Sale at ABC Discount Store. Going out of business. Now until the end of the month. Now's the chance to buy everything you need at special discount prices. Why not come to ABC Discount Store and save a lot of money? Look at the fantastic prices on our list and visit our store. This month, we are selling everything at the best prices in town. First come, first serve. 1. Baby Department. All 30% off. Baby Cup. Bib. Mittens. Rattle. Baby's Bottle. Quilt. Cotton Sleeper. Baby Crib. Potty. Stroller. 2. Hardware Department. 40% off. Wrench. Pliers. Screws, each. Screwdriver. Shovel. Spade, each. Colander. Frying pan. Kettle. Pitcher. Cookie cutter. Pepper grinder. Salt shaker. Chopsticks, a pair. Forks, each. Knives, each. Wooden spoon. Egg cup. 4. Clothing Department. 20% off. Underpants, set of 4. Undershirts, set of 4. Bra. Sweatshirt. Women's pants. Men's trousers. Skirt. Wool hat. Baseball cap. Pair of socks. Men's tie. Pair of tights. Silk scarf. 5. Household supplies. 60% off. Trash can. Dustpan. Light bulbs, each. Ironing board. Clothespins, each. Laundry basket. Rubber gloves. 6. Electrical appliances. 20% off. Color television set. Video cassette recorder. Headphones. Steam iron. Electric rice cooker. Vacuum cleaner. Coffee pot. Electric pencil sharpener. 7. Toy Department. 40% off. Balloons per set. Board games. Kites. Jack-in-the-box. Jump rope. Comic books, each. Microscope. Tricycle.
Number 25. Let's go to the zoo.
What would you like to do tomorrow?
Let's go to the zoo. Don't say no.
Yeah, did you hear about the new baby elephant?
No. When was it born?
Just last month.
I want to see it.
Okay, if you're both very good, we can go to the zoo tomorrow.
I want to see the monkeys too. They're so cute.
Don't forget that monkeys are wild animals.
You look like a monkey.
Shut up!
Children, will you be quiet? I said you have to be good.
Number 26. Getting ready to go camping.
Hey, are you free next Monday?
Yeah, but why?
Look at the calendar. Next Monday is a national holiday. So I'm going to go camping with some friends over the long weekend. Why don't you join us?
Okay, sounds good.
You'll need to bring a knapsack. Be sure to bring an umbrella and a wool shirt because it might get cold and rainy at night in the mountains. Do you have any walking shoes?
Yeah, I've got some. You know, the shoes with the red shoelaces?
Good. We'll bring all the things we need for camping, such as matches, an oil lamp, a gas stove, and a flashlight. Could you bring some plastic bags and some bottles of water?
Sure. Anything else?
Don't forget your pajamas, your toothbrush, and a sleeping bag. We'll be sleeping overnight.
What are we going to eat?
Well, we'll make a fire and heat up some canned beans or something.
Okay, but I might just throw some oranges and candy bars in my knapsack too.
Number 27. Miss Brown's stolen purse.
At the police station.
Can you help me? My purse has been stolen.
Please calm down and explain what happened.
Yes. When I was filling in a form at the counter in the hotel, I put down my purse next to me. It was only for a few seconds, and now it's gone.
Okay. What did the purse look like? What did you have inside the purse?
It looked like this one, and inside there were, let me see, a black leather wallet, a blue comb, some Band-Aids, my keys, some nail scissors, some safety pins, a pocket knife, and some tissues.
Do you know how much money you had in the wallet?
I had 4 $50 bills, a $20 bill, a $5 bill, and some change. So about $225 in all.
Right. Then, is this yours?
Oh, yes. I think so. It's mine! Thank you very much. But why do you have my purse?
Well, this afternoon a man was caught because he climbed up a wall and tried to break into a house. At that time, he was found with your purse, so we took it from him.
Number 28. Seasons in Japan.
There are 4 seasons in Japan. Spring usually begins in March and continues through April and May. In early spring, people can see the beautiful cherry blossoms. The summer months are June, July, and August. In August, people often take a long vacation. Autumn begins with September, continues through October, and ends in November. In October, people enjoy the changing colors of the leaves. The winter months are December, January, and February. Some people go to snow and ice festivals that are open during the winter. All year round, people can enjoy the many changes the seasons bring to Japan.
Number 29. Portland weather.
People think of Portland, Oregon as a rainy city, but it has all kinds of weather. In summer, it is usually sunny and warm, though it rains on some days. When it rains in summer, there is often also thunder and lightning. After it rains, the air smells fresh and clean. If you are lucky, you will see a rainbow. In autumn, the weather is cool, and it is sometimes windy. It also rains in autumn, but there are many fine days too. As the weather gets colder, it can be foggy in the mornings and evenings. The fog makes it difficult to see. Winter days are usually cold, rainy, and cloudy. There aren't many snowy days in Portland, but it snows a lot in the mountains near the city. In spring, the days are sometimes warm and sometimes cold. The weather may change a few times in one day. It is a good idea to always carry an umbrella. It can be a beautiful day in the morning, with a bright sun and no clouds in the sky, but there is a good chance the rain clouds will return in the afternoon.
Number 30. Diary. My room during the homestay.
Dear Diary, as soon as I arrived here for my homestay, my host mother said, "Welcome to our home." I felt happy at once, and already I feel like a member of the family. I like living with these people. Here is a picture of the room I sleep in. It's a great room to come home to at the end of the day. It has everything I need. I drew this picture so I can always remember my special room. Well, I've got to go now and do my homework. I'll write again soon. Yours, Junko.
Number 31. Diary. Bathrooms in Japan and the U.S.
Dear Diary, every day I find out little things that are different about living in America. They are just some little things I come across again and again. For example, here's a picture of the bathroom I use. Did you know that the toilet is in American bathrooms and not in a separate room like in Japan? On the other hand, they put the washing machine in a separate laundry room from the bathroom. That's right. I find something different like this day after day. I must say that I miss my toilet slippers, though. Well, I'm tired and I'm going to take a nap now. I'll write more next time. Goodbye for now. Junko.
Number 32. A trip to Hawaii.
I'm putting some clothes in my bag for my trip to Hawaii. What should I bring?
Of course, you need to bring your swimsuit, a t-shirt, shorts, and sandals. And because you'll be in the sun a lot, you'd better be sure to take a sun hat and sunglasses too.
Shall I bring a coat? I hear it sometimes gets cool in the evening, even in July.
Yes, it does. So perhaps just a jacket will be enough.
Number 33. A letter from Maui.
Dear Jane, how are you? I am having a lot of fun on the island of Maui. The weather is perfect. It's nice, but not too hot. My hotel is next to the beach. I love to lie on the white sand and run through the ocean waves. Maui is such a good place to enjoy nature. I am surprised at the number of birds, fish, and other animals I have seen. I'm able to see whales out of my window. Yesterday, I went to a coral reef with a group of people. The pink and purple colors of the coral were beautiful. I saw fish of every size. I also saw starfish, turtles, and some jellyfish. Someone said that jellyfish are dangerous, so I stayed away from them. Tomorrow, I am going to drive through the rainforest. I am looking forward to seeing many green plants, trees, and beautiful flowers. My vacation is going by too fast. I want to come back to Maui soon. I have an idea. Won't you come along with me next time? Well, I'm going to go outside and look around for some seashells. With love, Elizabeth.
Number 34. American Railroad vacations.
Are you taking a trip this summer? Do you want to have a new experience? Then why not take the train? At American Railroad Vacations, we can help you with your trip. As a passenger on our trains, you will enjoy seeing America like you've never seen it before. We have trains that go north, south, east, and west. Along the way, you can get off at any place you like and stay for a few hours or a few days. We will help you get a hotel room and even a car so you can look around. Ask about our airplane special. If you only want to go one way by train, you can travel by plane on your way home. Get on our trains and travel around the nation. For tickets, call 1-800-USA-XXXX.
Number 35. A trip to Seattle.
Last year, I visited Seattle, Washington. My plane took off from the Osaka airport in the evening and arrived at the Seattle airport in the morning on the same day. That is because of the change in time zones. The airport is a little south of Seattle, so I took a bus to the city center. I stayed at a very nice hotel. It had a swimming pool on top of it. I love swimming, and it was nice to swim before I went out every morning. Seattle is a port city. My hotel was close to the water, so I could see many ships and boats. There were ferries carrying people and cars, and lots of sailboats, too. I had a good time walking around the city, looking at the buildings and watching the people. Seattle has many good restaurants, and of course, their coffee shops are famous around the world. The best part of my trip was going to a Seattle Mariners night game. I am a big fan of Ichiro Suzuki, and I had fun cheering for the Mariners. I was very happy that they won their game that night.
Number 36. Amish people in Pennsylvania.
On your way to Philadelphia, be sure to stop by Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It is in the middle of Amish country. The Amish way of life was shown in the popular film Witness. Amish people believe that God wants them to live a simple life, as it was long ago. Amish people have no electricity in their cottages or farmhouses. They own no automobiles, and they do not use trucks or tractors on their farms. Sometimes they will ride in another person's car or travel by bus or taxi. But they usually walk, use a bicycle, or ride along the country roads in a carriage pulled by a horse. Tourists are welcome in Amish country. There are many markets and shops where you can buy fresh fruits, vegetables, and things which were made by the Amish people. Quilts, jams, and cookies make wonderful gifts for your friends and family. However, tourists should keep off private land. Also, most Amish people think photographs are bad, so you should ask first if you want to take a picture.
Number 37. Going on a trip to Europe.
Hi, what's new?
I'm going on a trip to Europe next week.
Really? How exciting! Which countries will you visit?
I'm going to go to England, France, and Switzerland.
Well, don't forget to take your camera and take some pictures. And have a safe trip.
First day. Meet at the airport, 10 a.m. Flight 217. Arrive in London, 5 p.m. Second day. Sightseeing. London Bridge, St. Mary's Church, Modern Art Galleries, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Royal Theatre, 7 p.m. Third day. Go to France. Waterloo Station, 10 a.m. Arrive in Paris, 1 p.m. Sightseeing on the Seine River. Dinner at Michel Restaurant, 3 stars, 7 p.m. Fourth day. The Louvre Museum, 10 a.m. Free time for shopping, afternoon. Fifth day. Go to Switzerland by bus, 9 a.m. Visit the Alps Village, sightseeing, 12 p.m. Sixth day. Go to the mountains by cable car, 9 a.m. Join the City Festival, music concert, 7 p.m. Seventh day. Leave for Japan, 11 a.m. Flight 208. Eighth day. Arrive in Japan, 10 a.m. the next day.
Number 38. An experience in Australia.
Hi, Daisuke. How are you? I haven't seen you for a long time.
Hi, I'm great. I just got home last week from Australia.
Oh, where did you go in Australia?
I stayed on a farm not far from Sydney.
That sounds interesting. Did you have a good time?
It was a wonderful experience. I was a little unhappy at first. I had never been so far away from home, and I felt all alone.
Did you have any trouble understanding the language?
Yes. English in Australia is very different from American English. Everyone had to use gestures to communicate with me.
How did you like farm life?
It wasn't easy. I had to work 4 hours a day. But I made friends with a lot of people, and I learned a lot about Australian culture. Oh, and the food was so delicious.
Do you think you'll go back to Australia?
Yes, I'm sure I will. I have a dream to be a sheep farmer someday.
That sounds exciting.
Number 39. The Riverside Hotel.
The Riverside Hotel is very different from other hotels. For example, the rooms have no telephones or televisions. Up and down the halls, The art on the walls shows pictures of old people, some in wheelchairs. That's because the hotel was once a nursing home. The pictures are in memory of the people who lived here before. The hotel is a great place to get away from the city and get closer to nature. You are welcome to go for a walk on quiet paths or have a picnic in one of our many gardens. We also have a playground for children. Next to the hotel, we have our own movie theater. Movies are free, but be sure to come early to get a good seat. Before the movie, you can have a delicious meal in one of our 3 restaurants. For those who enjoy going shopping, we have a large gift shop. You can also buy gifts from our internet store. The Riverside Hotel is just 10 miles east of the city center. You can reach it by car or bus. Take bus number 23 and get off at the Hillsdale bus stop.
Number 40. New classes.
How do you like your new classes?
Most of them are very interesting, but I'm worried about my physics class.
Why? Do you think it will be difficult?
Yes, because I'm not good at math, and I heard the teacher gives lots of homework.
You'll just have to study harder than usual.
Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, I need a new calculator for the class. Can I borrow $20?
Number 41. To parents at Mount Baker Elementary School.
August 10th, 2000XX. To parents. All 5th grade students at Mount Baker Elementary School must bring these items on the first day of class: 3 pens, blue or black, 1 blue felt tip pen, 1 black felt tip pen, 1 package of pencils, 1 pencil case, 1 large eraser, 1 ruler, 1 compass, 1 box of crayons, 24 colors, 1 large notebook, scissors, lined paper, 100 sheets, 2 boxes of tissues.
Number 42. School life in America.
Lisa Martin is speaking to Japanese students about her school life in America. Thank you very much. I am happy to talk to you today. As you know, I am a high school student from Denver, Colorado. This year, I am a junior, and next year will be my final year. During the week, my days are very busy. School starts at 8:30 and finishes at 3 o'clock. I have 6 classes every day. I am studying English, math, history, computer science, and PE. In my 6th class, I work on the school newspaper. I also belong to the computer club, and we meet twice a week after school. In the evening, I have to do a lot of homework. I have to write many reports. Of course, we often have tests too. Sometimes my classmates come over and we study together or work on class projects. I still have almost 2 more years of high school, but I am already looking forward to college. This summer, I want to take a class to help me get ready for my university entrance examination. After college, I want to work for a magazine or newspaper.
Number 43. Famous English sayings.
1. That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. 2. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. 3. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. 4. All's well that ends well. 5. Still waters run deep. 6. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. 7. The best things in life are free. 8. Take the bitter with the sweet. 9. He's a big fish in a small pond. 10. Smile and the whole world smiles with you.
Number 44. English classes then and now.
Mari Suzuki is an English teacher. She thinks English classes are more interesting today than when she was a junior high school student. I remember my teacher standing at the board writing sentences. The class was so quiet you could hear a whisper. We would look in our dictionaries and translate the sentences into English. At school, I was very quiet too. I was afraid the teacher would be angry and shout at me if I got the wrong answer. And I didn't like tests. I still feel ill when I have to take an exam. But I liked English and I was a member of the English club. My classes today are very different. I use a text, but I also use videos, pictures, and songs. Sometimes my class is noisy, but I don't mind if students make a little noise. I think it's best to let my students talk about many things in English. I want them to understand that English is the common language of the world. Each year, a number of students travel abroad to America, Canada, Australia, or England. I am glad that they have the chance to experience natural English this way.
Number 45. A class on folk stories.
In this course, we will read a series of folk stories. The stories are from around the world. All students must write a one-paragraph summary of each story. Everyone must also keep a journal. You will hand in your journals once every 2 weeks. In the journals, you should comment on the class and the stories. Each student must also write 3 new stories. One of these can be a modern version of an old folk story. You must write the stories by yourself in your own words. Please use a computer or a word processor. Before you hand in a story, please ask 3 classmates to read it and comment on it. Later, we will make a book of all of the stories. There will be a final test at the end of the course.
Number 46. Poetry. E. Cummings.
Are you interested in poetry?
Well, not so much. I haven't read many poems. How about you?
I like the poems of E. Cummings very much. I received a book of his poems as a prize for a speech. Have you heard of him?
I think so. Tell me more about him.
Well, he was very popular in the 1960s and 1970s.
I see.
His poems are sometimes simple and sometimes complex, but they are always beautiful. And he is famous for never using capital letters.
No capital letters?
That's right. Take a look at this poem.
Wow, it's fantastic. His technique and images are very interesting.
I like him better than any other poet. When I feel sad, his poems help me to cheer up.
Thank you for introducing him to me.
Number 47. Children's poems.
We begin to learn language at a young age by listening to our mothers and fathers. That's why our own language is called our mother tongue. We copy the sounds we hear, and little by little we learn to talk. Our parents also like to tell folk stories or read poems to us. These help us to get better at our language. Here are some examples of famous poems for children. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 9, 10, a big fat hen. Hey diddle diddle. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. What are little boys made of? What are little boys made of? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Dr. Foster. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester. In a shower of rain, he stepped in a puddle that went up to his middle and never went back there again.
Number 48. Animal languages.
Do you know the song Old MacDonald Had a Farm?
I'm afraid not. What kind of song is it?
It's popular with children.
Will you sing part of it?
Okay. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Pardon? E-I-E-I-O. What does it mean?
Believe it or not, it doesn't mean anything. May I continue?
Sure, why not?
And on his farm he had some cows, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there.
What's moo-moo?
That's what cows say in English.
Really? In Japanese, they say mo, mo.
Mo, mo? That's strange. What about pigs?
They say boo, boo. How about in English?
Pigs say oink, oink, with an oink, oink here and an oink, oink there.
Animals don't really speak different languages, but the way we hear and write the sounds which they make is usually different for each language. The table below shows how people around the world hear these sounds. Dog, bow wow. Cat, meow. Cow, moo. Pig, oink. Sheep, lamb, baa. Hen, cluck. Duck, quack. Goose, honk. Goat, maa.
Number 49. Public speaking.
Has anyone ever made you give a speech? How did you feel? Were you excited or did you feel like dying? It is not surprising that a great number of men and women are afraid to give a speech in front of a group of people. Today, I want to talk with you about how to be good at public speaking. First, it is necessary to look at people when you speak. This will help take away the barrier between you and the audience members. Second, be sure to speak in a voice that is loud enough, but don't shout. Also, it is easy to speak too quickly, so speak slowly at first. Third, start your speech with an interesting story or ask the audience a question. This will make people want to listen. Finally, remember that body language is an important part of your message. Stand up straight and don't forget to make a gesture when you have an important point. I hope this information will help you the next time you have to give a speech. But here is the most important point I want you to remember. Have fun.
Number 50. Numbers.
The system for saying numbers in English is not so difficult. Put a 0 behind 1 and you have 10. Add another 0 and you have 100. One more 0 gives you 1,000. Then you have 10,000 and 100,000. Finally, when you have 6 zeros, you have 1 million. Numbers in English. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 1,000, 1 million. When we use numbers to tell the order of something, it's a little more difficult. 1 becomes first, 2 becomes second, and 3 becomes third. After that, it's easier. Most other numbers just add a th sound to the end. First, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 20th.
Number 51. Math questions.
A. Look at triangle 1 below. How long is line C?
I don't have any idea. I'm not good at this sort of question.
It's 5 centimeters long.
How do you know that?
Well, let's try it step by step. First, line B is 3 centimeters long, and line A is 4 centimeters long, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, I multiply 3 by 3, that's 9. Then I multiply 4 by 4, that's 16. The sum of 9 plus 16 is 25, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you multiply 5 by 5, you get 25, so the answer is 5. Do you understand?
Well, maybe.
Okay, look at triangle 2. How long is line C?
Let me see. Is it 10 meters long?
Well done! Give yourself a big hand. B. Do you know why you can't go from one side of a room to the other?
What do you mean?
Well, let's say this rectangle is 8 meters long. If you go to the middle, you can subtract half of 8 meters. Now you have 4 meters left. Then, if you subtract half again, you have 2 meters left, or 1/4 of 8. Subtract half again, and you have 1 meter. You will always have half left, so you can never reach the other side.
Oh, that's interesting.
Number 52. The stars.
When we look up on a clear night, we see thousands of stars above us. They look like small points of light. But when we look at them through a telescope, we can see that they are not as small as they look. One star we can't see at night is the sun. That's because the dark side of the Earth is turned away from it. The Earth is about 93 million miles, or 150 million kilometers, from the sun. However, it takes only about 8 minutes for light from the sun to reach the Earth. Like the sun, all stars are very hot. The sun is a yellow star. Blue stars are hotter, and red stars are cooler. Some stars are smaller than the sun, but others are hundreds of times bigger. There are millions and millions of stars in the universe. With so many stars, scientists are almost certain that there are living organisms on other worlds. Think about it the next time you look up at the night sky.
Number 53. World map.
1. Japan. 2. Africa. 3. North America. 4. South America. 5. Canada. 6. Australia. 7. Belgium. 8. China. 9. India. 10. Italy. 11. Mexico. 12. New Zealand. 13. Spain. 14. Switzerland. 15. Asia. 16. England. 17. Korea. 18. Scotland. 19. The U.S. 20. Europe. 21. France. 22. Germany.
Number 54. One-room schools.
In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, it was usual in America to have very small schools for the children of farmers. Many of the schools had only one classroom. One teacher had to teach both elementary school and junior high school students in the same room at the same time. The schoolroom was very simple. There were desks for the students and teacher, and a blackboard at the front of the room. There was usually an American flag next to the teacher's desk. Sometimes there were maps or pictures on the walls, and there was almost always a stove and a box to keep wood in. Lessons were simple too. Students were taught useful things: reading, writing, and arithmetic. Paper was not cheap, so students often used their own small blackboards and chalk to write answers to questions. Today, there are only a few one-room schools in America. Maybe students can learn more at big modern schools, but some people feel that those very small schools were better in many ways.
Number 55. Japan Q&A, Part 1.
1. Question. Where does the name Japan come from?
Answer. Some people say that Marco Polo was the first person to use the name Japan. It was similar to how the Chinese said the country's name when he was in China.
2. Question. Is Japan an island?
Answer. Japan is said to be an island country. However, it is not one island but many. There are 4 big islands and more than 3,000 smaller islands.
3. Question. What is the land like?
Answer. Much of the land is mountains and hills. There are also many rivers and lakes. In some parts of the country, there are forests and caves. Most of the people live in or around cities on wide flat plains.
4. Question. Do Japanese write in Chinese?
Answer. Japanese used Chinese letters that came to Japan centuries ago. Each letter is one word. They also have 2 writing systems or alphabets, which are called hiragana and katakana.
5. Question. What is Japanese money called?
Answer. Japanese money is called yen in English and en in Japanese. En also means circle. There are 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, and 500 yen coins. The 5 and 50 yen coins have holes in the center.
Number 56. Japan Q&A, Part 2.
6. Question. What are Japanese people like?
Answer. People have an image that Japanese are always polite and quiet. It's true that many Japanese don't show how they feel in public. In private, though, they laugh, cry, and get angry like everyone else. Japanese people work and study hard, but they like to do many things for fun, too.
7. Question. Why do Japanese people like cherry blossoms so much?
Answer. This has to do with Japanese people's love of nature. Also, cherry blossoms soon fall down from the tree branches, so they make us think of how quickly life changes.
8. Question. Do Japanese people believe in God?
Answer. In Shinto, there are many gods. Japanese also believe in Buddhism, which has no god.
9. Question. Do many Japanese live in other countries?
Answer. There are Japanese people living all over the world. Many of them were not born in Japan. They are called Nikkeijin. Most of these people are proud of their Japanese roots.
Number 57. Sports Dictionary, Ball Games.
Baseball. A game of 2 teams of 9 players. The players hit a ball and run around 3 bases to get points. Basketball. A game played by 2 teams of 5 players. The players must throw a round ball through the other team's basket to get points. American football. A game in which 2 teams of 11 players pass and run with a football on a large field. Teams get points by running with or kicking the ball across the other team's goal. Soccer. A game between 2 teams of 11 players. Players move the ball by kicking it or hitting it with their heads. They can't touch the ball with their hands or their arms. Teams get points by kicking the ball into the other team's goal. Table tennis. A game played on a table between 2 or 4 players using a small plastic ball and paddles. Players hit the ball across a small net. Tennis. A game played between 2 or 4 players. The players use rackets to hit a softball across a low net. Volleyball. A game in which 2 teams hit a large round ball over a high net. The goal is to keep the ball in the air.
Number 58. An unusual dream.
Early this morning, I had an unusual dream. In my dream, I went on a one-day trip to the moon by spaceship. When I entered the spaceship, a member of the crew was waiting for me outside the door. "Welcome aboard," he said. He told me to watch my step as I got in the spaceship. But he didn't come inside with me. He shut the door, and nobody else was inside the spaceship. I was all alone. In the spaceship, I could go around freely and move into all the different sections. When I was in the air, I looked out of the window and I could see the stars. When I arrived on the moon, a creature I'd never seen before came and talked to me. He was friendly and showed me around the moon, just like a tour guide. The tour took half an hour, but it seemed that the time passed quickly. When I said goodbye to the creature, he gave me a beautiful ring and said, "This ring is made from the sand of the moon. It will bring you happiness in the future." As soon as the spaceship took off, I fell asleep, and when I woke up the next time, I was already in my bed. Then I found I was holding on to a ring in my hand.
Number 59. A bad nightmare.
Yesterday, I had a bad nightmare. In the nightmare, I walked outside of my house. Just then, I discovered a strange little doll standing in front of me. The doll could move and speak like a human being. It was clapping its hands and inviting me to come with it. I was so scared that I ran back to my house to hide from it. When I entered my house, there was a big hole in the floor, and I fell into it. In the dark hole, I heard the voices of a man and a woman talking. Suddenly, a bright light came on, and I saw 2 people who looked like a king and a queen. They moved away when they were aware of me watching them. Soon, I was surrounded by a lot of guards, and they started to shoot at me. I was afraid they might kill me. I was frightened away by them, and I ran up to a big pond. But they were still chasing me. So I jumped into the pond, and then I realized I was already in my bed. I didn't have a good sleep at all yesterday.
Number 60. The Lost Calf. Part 1.
The boy, Jamie, was awake before the roosters. He got out of bed and looked out of his window. The night was still as black as coal. It had stopped raining, but a strong wind was blowing. He put on a soft cotton shirt, blue jeans, and his belt with the silver buckle. Today was his 16th birthday. He wouldn't go to school, but not because of his birthday. It was because one of their calves had gotten lost during the heavy rain yesterday. Jamie's father, who he was named after, had told him to go out and find the missing animal. It was an important job, and Jamie was glad to do it. He was tired of sitting in school all day, and he knew that unless he found the calf soon, it would be sick or even dead. In the kitchen, Jamie made some coffee, cut off a thick piece of bread, and got a tall glass of milk. He ate his breakfast at the kitchen table and then drank a cup of hot coffee. Then he put on his jacket and went out. Near the door, he stopped to put on his boots.
Number 61. The Lost Calf, Part 2.
Outside, there was still a small number of stars in the sky. Jamie walked toward the barn. He heard the low voice of an owl. It was looking for rabbits. He went into the barn. He got his horse ready and they left together. He wouldn't come home till he found the lost calf. Jamie was at his best on a horse. He loved the motion as he rode along. He rode down to the river. Until yesterday, the river had been almost dry, just a thin, dirty stream. But today, the water was high. A large, slow turtle was near the water. Jamie heard a donkey give a cry from across the river. But as far as he could see, there weren't any other animals. He left the river and followed a narrow path up a hill. On top of the hill, he saw the calf. Its leg was caught between two sharp rocks. Jamie got off his horse. He pulled the calf's leg from the rocks. He was afraid the leg was broken. In such a case, he might have to shoot the animal. But its leg was okay. The calf was safe and healthy. Jamie was glad.
Number 62. The Story of Momotaro.
Once upon a time, there was an old woman who lived with her husband in the country. One day, she went to the river to wash clothes. When she was washing the clothes, she saw a big peach floating down the river. "Wow, that's a big peach," she said. "I want it." She reached out for it, got it, and brought it back to her house. When her husband cut the peach, he found a baby boy inside. They named him Momotaro because he came from a peach. As Momotaro grew up, he became stronger and stronger year after year. He was good at sumo, and he could even beat a bear. One night, he heard that a nearby town was being destroyed by devils, and that people were in danger of dying. He decided that he would go to the island where the devils lived. He would fight with the devils and release the people from their fear. On the way to the island, Momotaro met a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. They decided to join his fight to kill the devils. Later, Momotaro and his friends arrived on the island. Soon they found the house where the devils lived and ran into it. The devils were there and started fighting with them. One of the devils swung down towards Momotaro and jumped at him with a big hammer in his hand. In spite of this attack, Momotaro didn't fall down because of the brave actions of his friends. The dog bit the devil's legs, the monkey scratched their faces, and the pheasant pecked at their eyes. Finally, Momotaro, with the help of his friends, drove the devils away. Momotaro saved a lot of people, and he became a hero. "Thank you very much. Please be my son-in-law," the lord of the town said. So Momotaro got married to a beautiful lady and lived happily ever after.